Hello everyone, it's Robert Warrior. I'm just going to show you all the steps to creating a service and scheduling an appointment with a customer. So first of all, you want to go to your services and create a service type. In our system, we have a bunch of them here already. Let's look at personal training, 60-minute session for $115. And again, the details you would add are listed here. Name, duration, price, whether you want them visible or not to your customers, in which if you make them visible, that means they will also be able to book an appointment for that type of service themselves. And you can change that visibility to yes or no, and they can also pick which instructors are capable of being booked for that. So I'm going to look at Robert McGarry here myself as an example. So once you've created a service, you're going to need to create a shift so that people can book that. So I'm just going to go down here and go to shifts. And you can see that there's lots of shifts coming, but all you have to do is hit add new. Pick the type of you pick a service shift if you want it to be visible to customers to book. A type of service, pick the day that it's going to start on the calendar. It'll tell you what day of the week that is, and then how many times you want that to repeat. So you can book it up to a year, 52 weeks. When is that shift going to start? It's going to start at 5 p.m. and go to 9 p.m. as an example. And then select the instructor, where that person's going to be doing the work in the studio. And just for tracking purposes, you can say whether you're paying the person hourly or whether you're paying them $15 an hour for personal training, and hit save. Oh yeah, sorry, let me pick the start date, Mondays. Okay, so that creates all the tools you need in order to book an appointment. Now, in order to book an appointment, you can come to the shopping cart and click book an appointment. You have to tell me who is going to book the appointment. Let's use our classic Warrior demo user. Click the box, and then say you want to do a personal training for 60 minutes. Book it with Rob. That Monday shift we just added from 5 till 8 or 9 p.m. Let's do the 5. Oh, I got a couple of shifts available, so that I put on there. Let's go. I think maybe I did do 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. So lots of shifts are available: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, etc. So let's do the 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I think that was actually the new shift we added here. So 5 o'clock, great. Confirm the details. This is the instructor. This is the user. This is who they are. It's for personal training. I confirm the booking. So now I can come to my calendar and look at appointments, and I can look at the month. So this is a list view, by the way, for the week, because the first training that we had that we just booked is here. On Monday, I come to my calendar, look for appointments, and click on the shift, or click on the appointment. When the person comes in, I can say that it's been completed, and now I need to pay for it. So how are they going to pay for it? So if I say pay now, I can then track how it's being paid for. And by the way, you can add a discount to it, add a tip to it, apply a code, and then hit update to change the total here. But then you say, okay, how are we paying for it? If you're paying for it with a punch pass, you just come down to punch pass, and you go in and edit the pass. Maybe you have a 5-pack or a 10-pack. Go to the person's profile and say that you used the pass to pay for it, and you might say, 1 of 5, and hit proceed to pay. That will mark it as paid. If you want to charge somebody on the point of sale machine for the transaction, under Other, you can hit POS. Or if they're using a gift card, or they pay by check, or maybe a direct debit, or cash, those are all options. If they have a card on file, as an example here, they can use the card on file and then process the payment. If they go to a new card, they can hit Save Card on File and proceed to pay with the card on file. But let's look at a pass. So we're going to mark it paid with the pass. Great, so now that whole transaction has been completed, and you can also email them a receipt if you want by clicking Email Receipt. So let's go to Warrior Demo User, look up their profile. Sorry, slow internet here. Scroll down to their passes and change that there's 2 left. Now it tells me that there's 2 remaining, and this would be like a 5. This would just be a punch card that would be identified as 5 personal training sessions with a price to it. I'm just showing you how to edit it. So now that means that it's been paid for, and you can come to your reports and see services that, look at Rob's services, status, all, clients all, date range. Let's just look into next week, run report, and what we can see here is that it was paid for by a pass, and we can view details by coming here and looking at individual details. That's a summary. So here we can see that the status is payment completed. If you want to see any services that have not been paid for, you can come here and just say mark completed, or canceled, or pay now, and run report, and you'll see that there's no remaining services that have yet to be paid for in this date range. All right, so that gives you a sense of how to check on services and what they're paid. And what it looks like from a calendar perspective is next week, after the session is done, you can come back here and see that the status has been marked paid and how much was paid. So hopefully that's helpful in terms of setting up services. Again, the process is come to your service section, set up a service type, then go set up a shift, and then you can come here and book the appointment. Once you set up a shift and a visible service, a client can go into their own system and book this themselves by going and picking the service provider, picking a day, and then seeing what their availability is and booking the appointment. It will send them an email saying that they have got an appointment, and they can add it to their calendar so that they can always be reminded using that calendar invite to set up a reminder for themselves. All right, that's all I have at the moment. So hopefully if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know.